Well, hello everyone. This is Tina from Tia's Treasures, and today I've got 11 cards from the Spellbinders October kit of the month. This is quickly me showing you that, I pull out like 10 sheets, 11 sheets of paper, and I try to just match it up with the card stock. When I'm starting these cards, I have no idea where I'm going to end up. It's just I start pulling out sheets I like, and that's kind of what I'm showing you there. I just kind of go through the paper pad and just like, do whatever. So this month, in on top of my card kit, I got these two things that said oops. We left them out, and they threw them on top, but they didn't leave them out. They gave me extra. So I was just wondering if that ever happened to anybody else. So this again is me kind of showing you my process. Here I've got my cards, the paper and the frames cut out, and I still don't know what I'm really going to do. I just, kind of just said, I like the way this looks, and I cut out some die cuts and some different things, and I just kind of wing it as we go along. So, this is where I spread out all my different die cuts. It's a little like TV tray. And then you can see partially my desk right there. I've got some stuff all kind of spread out, and there's my Gemini, and this is where I work. And brought out some Lizzie's peel offs, some that I like using Love from Lizzie peel offs, and she's got some gold stars that I use all throughout this kit. Now you could just use the gold paper that came in the kit. They've got some dies that cut out stars. I just was being kind of lazy. I already had the peel off, so why not? I'm going to use them a few times here, but cardstock works just as well. So for this first card here, I am taking a strip of the pattern paper. It's got little gold stars, and I am putting it on another piece of the pattern paper with little moons and little stars. And I'm just going to be gluing that down. Gosh, my phone started going off even though I thought I had it turned off. So anyhow, this is me gluing down a strip of paper, as you can see. Let's see if I can turn my phone off anyhow. And I've got this piece of gold cardstock. Now that's not the foil that came with the foil cardstock that came with the kit. That's a piece out of my stash because, well, why not? I have a lot of stash cardstock. And I've got this die cut that says, "You are the sweetest dream," that I thought would go perfect on a little scalloped circle. And now I'm taking some gold stars. These gold stars here that I'm using on this kit came with the kit. They were one of the ones that the dies cut out. And now you can see me gluing them down. Isn't that exciting? I tell you what, this kit, I had done the actual cards, I believe, on Sunday, and this is Wednesday. And I had nothing but trouble with trying to edit this. It seems like I lost all my footage at one point, and then I was lucky enough to find it. And I uploaded other footage that was like half gone. And so I had to delete it and re-upload it. And it's just, there were times I thought that I had lost most of the footage. Now you'll see later on in this video, I did lose the footage to one card I made, just one. And that was because my phone ran out of space. I used my phone to record all these, and I had thought I had deleted some earlier videos, and I did not. I had deleted them, but I didn't delete them, if you know what I meant. They were still like in my recycle bin, and so I had to delete them so I had more room left. So I also, getting back to this card kit, I decorated all the insides of the cards. I don't know if you can call it decorating when basically all I did was glue down some pattern paper on the inside. But I made sure I had like a little saying, and I put a few little stars and things on the inside of all my cards. these little stars that when I first started trying to pop them out, they were like popping all over the place. And I had to really fight with them a little bit to get them to come out without ending up like on my shirt or across the room, because they were just, yeah, really seeing popping all over. There's one popped over the side. It's fighting with me. It was close to winning, but I decided that I wasn't going to let that little star win. So this is card number 1. Now for the second card, I've got this piece of pattern paper that I took from the kit, and I'm trying to see what kind of sentiment I want to use on it here. And this little scallop circle is a piece of pearlescent white cardstock that I had taken out of my stash. When I was going through my stash, I could not believe the amount of mirrored cardstock and pearlescent cardstock I have. I don't know what I'm hoarding it for, but I've got a stack about 2.5 inches thick of each, and all different colors, so I really need to start using it. I'm thinking that I might just have to start not doing so many card kits and really starting to like just get into my stash and start using some of that, because I keep getting so many card kits that I tend to like put them to the side and I never get back to them. So this is me having fits with my glue. My glue bottle did not want to cooperate today. I think I used this glue for like halfway through the video, and then I switched to a different glue. So this pattern paper, it's really pretty. It's got these little horses on it that they're kind of like unicorns, but they have wings, so they're kind of like Pegasus with a horn. And I'm not sure if that's a thing, but hey, why not, Spellbinders wants to make it a thing, that's fine. So this is some iridescent little pink glitter peel-offs from Lizzie, and they were giving me a little bit of fits. I wasn't sure where I was going to put them, but I just decided I had them, and why not use them? They match the cardstock pretty well. And I just put 2 of them down on the sheet for a little bit of an accent. And I got the one I'm trying to cut here. And I eventually get it cut. No thanks to that blade. I think I need a new blade on my craft knife. I have some actual like X-Acto craft knives somewhere. I should try to see if I can find those. I'd probably take a finger off though. Let's see. Nothing wants to cooperate with me ever. It just, I don't know why I left this in. I could have edited it and just made me look like fantastic, but no, I kept everything in, keeping it honest. So y'all know if you're struggling with your stuff, it's not just you. There we go. Come on. I know I can do it if I keep trying. Come on. Yay! And now I'm just kind of taking a little bit of the end off, getting it nice and pretty looking for the camera. It's ready for its close-up. I don't know if you can tell that paper's pearlescent or not. It just kind of looks like white cardstock when I'm like doing the voiceover. But trust me, it's pearlescent. I wouldn't lie. I bet you when I upload it, you get better resolution. You'll be able to see the little bit of a shimmer on top of it. And now I am going to glue my little Pegasus unicorn. I gotta come up with a name for that. We should just call it Bob. Make it easy. So I'm gonna glue Bob down here. Get him nice and in the center there, looking all cute. And I decide I am going to use the sentiment, "You shine." Now these are some really nice, they're stickers. They look kind of puffy, but they're not your traditional puffy stickers. They're pretty hard actually. They're like, you can like hit them and you can hear it. So, and "You shine" is, I think, is that like For this one, it's the S is just separate from the H. I believe on the die cut word, though, the S and the H themselves are both separate. So I have to fight with this again to make it, you know, make it even, figure out where exactly I want it on the card. Because you want at least shine to be centered. Well, I want shine to be centered. I don't know, you might want it to go off to the side a bit more. I get that all pretty. Got to get that Y, the hanging down part of the Y, so it's not over the I or over the H. And then I still have the little tittle that, you know, didn't want to stick on above the I. It did not like it there. And I think I ended up having to glue it down with some liquid glue. And I think it kept popping off. And so getting it all nice and flat. We'll see if I... Yep, there I am fighting with some of that again. Yeah. I got desperate enough to get out the reverse tweezers. And they still didn't want to stay in the reverse tweezers. So that's me and my fingers trying to get the little dot. There we go. There, it's in the tweezers again. Up. So how's everybody's October going? Do you believe it's like 3 or 4 days till Halloween? I still don't have my candy. We used to get so many kids, and now we don't really get many, but you know, the first year I don't buy candy, I'm probably going to have a stampede on my hands of children. You know, they'll end up egging my house, you know, later in the day, or toilet paper, so I'll go buy a bunch of candy. I try to get stuff that I like or my husband likes, so when nobody comes to the door, we still have all the good stuff. And I've been tempted to get full-size candy bars, but that'll be the year they all tell their friends that, hey, that house has full-size candy bars, and then we'll have people coming to the door till midnight. The ones that really annoy me, though, are the teenagers. Not that they come to the door. I'm more than willing to give anybody candy. It's just, if I'm going to give you candy, you should at least make the effort of putting on a costume, even if that just is like a cheap mask, or, you know, put on a pair of ears, like cat ears or something. At least make a little effort. I mean, after all, I made the effort to go buy candy. I think I used to love trick-or-treating. Yeah, I mean, even I got too old. What are you going to do? So this is card number 2. I did put some little bitty like stars on it for decoration on the front that came with the little the sentiment stickers. And now I am just decorating the inside with "You're a Star." See how that works with the front? You shine, and on the inside, you're a star. So you can give this to, I think, for like encouragement, or, you know, you can always just put happy birthday on the inside too. It'd make a real cute birthday card. And here I am just shining up the mane and the wings with that Spectrum Noir sparkle pen or glitter pen or whatever they call it. Now for card number 3 here, I have got some pretty pattern paper with some like silhouette of some flowers on it. And I am taking a tag that came with the kit, and I've decided to make the tag stand out. I really need to put a little bit of a frame behind the tag itself. So that was me cutting it out. And, you know, you might see some weird editing with this video. Again, I was trying to work with it, and I wanted to get it so it was like under a half an hour. I didn't get it there. I got it to 39 minutes. I believe when I started out, I had like 2 hours worth of footage. So I sped it up, which I do with, I think, almost all my video. I put them on double speed. But there are parts of it that I sped up even a little bit more, and then I had to cut out a little bit. So it's not me being magic, it's just editing. And I took some gray twine that I had with in my stash here, and I tied a little bow to go on my little tag. It's like a double bow. I think it's so cute. And I only glued down the middle of it, so I suppose if somebody wanted to, they could untie it easily, but why would they do that? I mean, when somebody sends you a card and it has a bow on it, do you untie it? It's not like there's anything in the card. You can open it. You don't have to untie the bow. Okay, I'm just rattling, but it's been one of those days. So, yeah. So onward to other stuff. It's actually my birthday today, so I've been I've been good. My husband gave me a set of 90 Zig real brush markers, which hopefully I'll be doing a little bit more coloring. I have to because I have to justify that I have. Well, I asked for them, so it's not like he just guessed. So it's something. I have Copics, but I don't have a whole lot of Copics. I have plenty, but I just figure I want to start coloring with the Zigs and see if I can get any good with those. So I've got all these stamp sets that I have no excuse not to use now. So we'll get those colored. So yeah, we went out for breakfast today. It was wonderful. We don't do that too often. And then our anniversary is like 6 days from now. We usually just celebrate that, but my husband has to work for the first time in years. He wasn't able to take it off, and so we're going to celebrate my birthday instead of my anniversary. And yeah, we could do both, but it just, don't end up really doing that. Years ago, we had the kids, so we'd only take the one day off, and now that they're all grown up, it still seems that we end up just celebrating our anniversary because my daughter's birthday is the 11th, and so when we all go out to eat, we go out and we celebrate both birthdays, but I always kind of let her pick. And in my mind, birthdays aren't that big of a deal after a certain age, but being as this is the first one we've celebrated just for my birthday in so many years, it's kind of nice. I'm enjoying it. So this is me putting my sequins down. I popped up the Sentiment Dreamer, and I popped up the flowers, and I glittered those all up. And now I am just going to put a piece of pattern paper on the bottom here, and I put a sentiment on the inside that says grateful for life and its magic, which, considering the outside, the only sentiment on the outside says dreamer, I kind of thought it fit. And I go back and I put a little heart on the inside now here too. It's such a cute little purple heart. I love all these colors, the soft lilacs and pinks. It really, it's a fun card this month. So going on to card number 4 here. This card here, I start with putting the inside. I do my little strip of pattern paper, and then I put a sentiment. Your purpose is to shine your light as bright and as beautiful as only you can. And I get it decorated on the inside. And that's kind of where I made my first mistake with this card. So I start putting down my my frame, and then I put down my pattern paper, and that's when I decide I want to heat emboss the sentiment on the front of this card. Now, if you've noticed anything, you will have noticed that I already decorated the entire inside of the card, and so I am going to be looking at some warpage here. But I'm like, well, I don't care, and in the end I decide I'm going to heat emboss it anyway. And so I take the stamp kit that came with the kit, and I decide, I pull out, there's nothing little about the light you shine. And so I take that stamp, and I remember to use my static pad for once, so that's a big plus. And I'm going to heat emboss this in gold. So I've got some Fun Stampers Journey gold embossing powder, and I get this all nice and embossed, and it did warp a bit, so I decided that I was going to run it through my Gemini, which I did. And now when you open the card, you can see a faint imprint of my pattern paper on the inside, and the sentiment is on the other side of the card when you open it. But on the outside, it's still pretty. And it's a lovely card. I love this die cut I'm using right now, which I've got the gold from the kit, and I've taken a piece of the pearlescent cardstock that I have, and that's what this is right now, going over it. So you can see the little gold, looks like little stars peeking out once you get it on. And you can see I'm using the Nuvo glue now, and I have to admit the Nuvo glue wasn't that much better than the art glitter glue. None of them wanted to cooperate and come out nice. I had to fight with both bottles. So get that down, and yeah, it looks like I really left that block on long, didn't I? So I've got this little die cut moon that's just so cute in the gold. And I've decided I took like 4 little moths, so they kind of look like they're attracted to the light. And I wanted to use like 5 moths, but I just didn't have room after I arranged them. But I do think this is lovely. And I've got a couple of the gold die cuts. Those came with the kit. I didn't even have to cut those out myself. I'm just arranging a couple of those, and I decide this card still isn't busy enough, so I am going to put some sequins on the front. These sequins are real pretty. They're like a iridescent pink almost. They like to pick up some of the different colors, and they're really nice. They go with almost everything. So I put one right in the middle there. And I think half the battle is trying to figure out where I'm going to put those sequins. And so this is card number 3. And I decide I'm going to glitter up those moths, make it a little cuter. There we go. Check it out. Now this is the card that I lost the footage on, which is good because it's an easy card. I put 3 strips of gold from Love from Lizzie. I took a little moon die I cut out, and I put a piece of pearlescent paper behind that, a couple stars, and then just the sentiment shine on. So that was card 4. For card 5 here, I have got a little tag, 2 of the tags that came with the kit, and the twine again. I just made a little bow, and I've got those glued down. This is going pretty quick. I think I might have sped up this particular card even more. Don't know why. Like I said, I was trying to get it under 30 minutes. Under 40 is where I ended up. So this is the card kit. Obviously came with 2 tags. You get 2 of everything, and I kind of wanted to make a collage going into it, but I ended up just like with 3 or 4 die cuts, the 2 little tags. That one says this is perfect. And now I'm just putting a little glue dot in the center because that's what I'm going to put my little bow on. I always use both the glue dot and liquid glue. I think that holds it better. And we've got the little unicorn, no wings this time, that I put in the center of a little scallop circle. And the sentiment, you are magical. And I am going to color in that with a little more glitter and a few sequins. I put like 5 sequins on the front here. Let's see. And you can see I'm using a different gem picker-upper. I think there's a better word for it. It just escapes me right now. Those fight with me too. I think my stash, it doesn't like to cooperate too well, which is probably why I keep buying more things. I threaten it and I tell you, if you don't start working, you're going to the side, I'm going to get something new. It doesn't matter. They just None of them want to work. So this sentiment here, it's born to be magical, which, you know, goes perfect with the outside. And I put a few stars on the inside. I just love the way these stars work with this month's kit. I do have some different colored stars, but I think gold stars are the best. I never got gold stars as a child. I was deprived. So here we go. We are on card number 6. And this is some very pretty kind of pale rose colored pattern paper that I put on a piece of the pale pink cardstock. And as you can see, that's all the cardstock I used for the backgrounds came with the kit. So I didn't pull a whole lot of outside stash in, just the pearlescent paper and the Love from Lizzie pinstripes and stars. And I've got another scallop circle, and I'm going to pop that up and put the little matching flower right in the middle, little, I think it's a rose, or it could be a peony. Kind of hard to tell. The middle almost looks more like a peony. Well, do peonies have middles like that? Somebody's going to have to tell me what kind of flower they think this is. And then I take a couple of, I'm not sure if they're feathers or they're leaves, but I'm using them as leaves. And I glue those behind there with the word dream. And I'm sparkling up the whole outside. And on the inside, I'm just putting a quick little flower sticker along with the You Were Born to Shine sentiment. And I'm putting on like 5 different sequins. I use the sequins on a lot of cards here. Might be card number 7. I'm not sure. No, that was 6. Keeping my workspace pretty clean for a change. But I still have this kit scattered around, and it's been like 4 days since I've done this. So for this card here, number 8, that must have been 7. I can never keep this numbering straight. I took this navy blue paper and this navy blue pattern paper with the little constellations all over it. I think this is one of my favorites. There's only so much you can do with it. And I've got the little frame and the little stars that I am gluing. I love this frame. It's so pretty. You can do so much with it. And I am using the Sentiment Shine. And I took the sticker off one of the sticker sheets that's got the little moon, and it says to the moon and back. And so that's why I have the shine on top. So, you know, it reads shine to the moon and back. And now I'm taking some white pearlescent stars that I cut out. The bigger star I used Heroes Infinity Star set for. I used the smallest, I think it's not the small, one of the smallest stars for that, because I just remembered that I had that all the way into this card kit when we were like, you know, almost all the way through. I'm like, don't I have an infinity set of stars that I have never used? Oh, yes, I do. Let's pull that out and use it. And so that's what I did with the pearlescent paper. And I think some of the smaller stars, I used the dies that came in the kit. And now I'm putting a few sequins on. I think I only have like the 3 sequins, so I didn't have to fight with too many sequins this time. Just getting them to stick. And now for the inside, I am taking a piece of that lovely constellation paper along with a little die cut that says your future looks bright. Putting that in. That might be a sticker. And a few more of the stars. Now I ended up with 11 cards this kit because number one, I can't count. And by the time I got to it, I had wanted to make a birthday card for my daughter's girlfriends. So the last card I made was one that I'm going to have to send out. So this card here, this is another one that I think is real pretty. I took the navy blue cardstock, and I took some blue pearlescent paper because I told you I have like a stack of pearlescent paper in almost every color. So I took and got a scalloped circle out of that and some stars, and I'm taking a little bit of the gold. If you wanted to make this card yourself, you could just use the gold paper that came in the kit. You wouldn't actually need to put two stripes down. But I have so many peel-offs too that I don't use. I'm just turning into a hoarder. I mean, how many of us hoard our craft supplies? I bet there's a bit of hoarding that we all do. So for that second little strip, I knew it was going to be covered up with this circle a little bit. So I went ahead and I used a circle, or I used the strip that was not all the way straight. I put two different strips on and met them up in the middle. And now I am just putting the sentiment that says, all you need is love is all you need. And the pattern paper here has little gold stars all over it, so it just all fit really nicely. And I am taking some more of these stars that I used the infinity die for. That's what those bigger stars were. And I believe the little stars, again, were from the die cut or the dies that came with this kit. So you could use all little stars. You wouldn't need big stars necessarily. And here are some more gold stars. The inside sentiment just reads, you're a star. And that is it for this card. Am I going to hold it up so you can admire it? There we go. Admire the stars. Now this is card number either 9 or 10. I'm not really sure. I think it might be number 10. And this one, there is some really pretty blue flowered paper that came with this month's kit. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it because I didn't have a whole lot of die cut flowers. And you know, because it's so busy, I had to make sure, like, I put a little scallop circle in the front. I could have probably used the frame that came with the kit as well, but I figured I had my scallop circle dies out, and I was going to use them. And so that's what I did. And now this is a piece of cardstock that actually came with the kit, I think. Wait, no, I'm a liar. This is the gold mirrored paper from my stash. Now I've got this pretty blue flower that came on one of the sticker sheets, and I'm taking some other blue flowers and I'm just kind of putting them along the bottom. So I end up, I think, with the 4 little flowers when it's all said and done. And I was thinking I need more on that circle, but sometimes I think less is more. So other than a few of the little leaves that I took behind this die cut, that was it. So I've got the scallop circle with 4 flowers in it. And I ended up having to cut the bottoms off just to make it work. And this is me dropping stuff on top of it, moving things where I need to be. And I'm going to glue those to the back first. Get it all straight on there. Figure out where I want it. Debated popping it up, but because some of it were stickers and the biggest flower wasn't popped up, I decided I was not going to pop any of them up. And the sentiment on this is just a little banner tag that says, "Oh, happy day." Now for the inside, I use another piece of the pattern paper and a little sentiment that says "Celebrate today." And I just bring a little flower, and I'm just going to stick a little tiny flower in the corner. I don't know if you see me doing that or not. This is me. I shimmer up all those flowers on there, and I don't end up putting any sequins on. I have enough shimmer with the gold and everything else. So this is card number 11. I have to make a card base. So that's what you're looking at now. Getting it all scored. And I am going to use one of those enamel dots. I have the enamel dot that says Scorpio, which I love these huge like giant enamel astrological signs. But I mean, you could only use, you'd have to definitely know the sign of whoever's birthday it is, which I suppose isn't that hard. But if you had them in your stash, you'd have to make sure you were grabbing the right one, and you'd only have, 12. And then I am going to use the sentiment, "Make a wish." So the M is a little separate. So after I got the "Make a Wish" put down, I kind of realized that my die cuts really didn't fit that well after that. So I wanted to put the little girl with the balloon or the cake, but the cake just didn't look too good in either corner. So in the end, I ended up putting them on the inside. And I'm trying to figure out which happy birthday sentiment I want to use. And there's this sticker right there with gold on either end, so I used that. And that little Scorpio sticker on the white pearlescent little scallop, I just think the outside of this card is so naked. So I do end up, like you said, right there on the inside, I'm putting a little girl and the little cake and a sentiment that says, "Have a magical birthday." And a little rainbow I'm putting on the other side. But the outside of this card is just too naked. And so I see I have a little blue star right there. And I'm like, ooh, I dragged that in, which I think really makes a difference. And then I just start putting a lot of sequins all over the outside. So I end up with like 7 sequins that I just scatter throughout the outside of the card. And when this is all done, I do like the way this card turned out. I was dubious at first. I thought I might have to make a different card. But the blues really worked well with this lilac. And I like the gold Make-A-Wish. And so this was card number 11. If you liked watching me and liked watching me make these cards, please go ahead and hit the like button or subscribe. You'll make my day. And these are my 10 cards. 11 cards. My 10 cards plus my 1 bonus card. But actually, you only saw me make 10 cards because I lost the footage on one. So, there you have it. Well, I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Thank you for watching. And bye-bye.